Okay, so this video is going to be a little bit different. This is my YouTube channel called Investing with Dana. I'd appreciate it if you could subscribe to the channel and like this video. You can wait until you actually see the video before you subscribe and like it because you might not like it. But anyhow, I'm trying to grow it best I can. Okay, enough about that. So, my day job, I work with tech. I work for a large worldwide certification company that offers certifications for tech people. Part of my job, I use AI every day, and I've embraced it for my day job. I'm kind of wondering where this is going, and can AI help teach me about investing and help me make good choices? So let's see what we can do. So I got Google AI Studio. I'm gonna click on Stream Real Time. I'm gonna come down here and click on Share My Screen. If you share your screen with Google AI here, it can see your screen. If you got your brokerage account up here and then you got your account number, you can see your account number. If you got your social security number up here, you can see your social security number. You can see whatever you're doing. So what I'm saying is don't share anything that you wouldn't share on the internet in general. So I'll click my screen and Google, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. How can I help you today?
Okay, great. So can I share my screen with you?
Yes, you can share your screen with me. I'm ready when you are.
Okay, I'm sharing my screen.
Now you are on the RexShares website. The page is titled AIPI with Rex AI Equity Premium Income ETF.
Yes. So are you able to read my entire page or do I have to scroll for you to see it?
I can see the entire page without you needing to scroll.
Awesome. So can you give me a quick summary of what this page is telling me or what it's going to tell me? Can you summarize what I'm looking at?
Certainly. This page is about the RXAI Equity Premium Income ETF, which has the ticker symbol AIPI. It appears to be the main landing page for this exchange traded fund.
Okay, that's correct. So by looking at it, can you tell me what the annual distribution rate is?
The distribution rate is 34.80% as of December 23rd, 2024.
What else can you tell me about this? What does it invest in?
The AIPIET invests in AI stocks and also uses covered calls to enhance income potential. It's an U.S. equity fund that trades on the NASDAQ, and it is in the technology sector. The fund inception date was June 4th, 2024.
Since this is a newer fund, should I be skeptical about it or is it trustworthy?
I see that the expense ratio is 0.65%, and the fund has $244,336,750 in fund assets.
Okay, for the amount of fund assets, is that a pretty good amount or should I wait for it to grow and become more established?
It has $244,336,750. Zero in fund assets. Whether that is a good amount or not is not something that I can answer, and that would depend on your investment goals and risk tolerance.
What's the average monthly distribution rate?
The distribution frequency is monthly, but the page does not list an average monthly distribution rate. It does show each month's distribution per share over the past year and the next.
What is that amount?
The amounts vary, but they are all listed per share. For example, the most recent distribution per share is $1.49, which was distributed on December 26th, 2024.
Okay, awesome. So let me scroll down here so I can see what you're looking at. What are some of the major holdings? What should I be aware of?
The top holdings of the fund are NVIDIA Corp., Palantir Technologies Inc., and ARM Holdings. The fund also has a significant portion in cash and cash equivalents.
Okay, that's good to know.
Okay, is there anything else I can help you with?
Yes, let's switch tabs and look at the chart for this. Can you see the new
Okay,
tab?
yes, I see the new tab. It's a Yahoo Finance page for the RXAI Equity Premium Income ESEF with the ticker symbol AIPI.
So I hear a lot about Bollinger Bands. Can you tell me about that, and how can I see that on this chart?
Bollinger Bands are a technical analysis tool. They are typically represented as bands that are plotted 2 standard deviations away from a simple moving average.
Do you know how to turn that on?
I am not capable of turning on Bollinger Bands on the chart. You may need to use the tools provided on the Yahoo Finance website to add those to your chart.
Okay, I'll find that. So I just turned on the Bollinger Band, and also it looks like the RSI indicator and a 20-day moving average. Based on that, can you tell me anything about the way AIPI moves and when might be the best time of the month to purchase shares? Okay, Google, we are looking at the Yahoo Finance for AIPI. I've turned on the indicators, Bollinger Bands, the 20-day moving average, the RSI indicators. Can you tell me, based on those, when might be the best times of the month to purchase some shares?
I see that you have the Yahoo Finance page for AIPI up, with several indicators turned on. However, I can't give you financial advice. Instead, I can explain what the indicators you mentioned mean. Would that be useful to you?
Yes, explain that and start with the Bollinger Bands.
Sure. Let's start with Bollinger Bands. These bands are a volatility indicator, and they plot 2 lines above and below a moving average. The bands widen as the price becomes more volatile and contract as volatility decreases. Is that helpful so far?
Yeah, so based on this Bollinger Band and the price being at 51.08, can you tell me if, for education purposes, would this be any type of indication of oversold or neutral or a good time to buy?
Generally, if the price touches or goes below the lower band, it could suggest that the stock is oversold, which might present a buying opportunity for some traders. If the price is near the middle band, that can be seen as more neutral. Keep in mind that this is just one indicator of price movements. Would you like me to go over another one?
So let's talk about RSI and how that might help me decide if now is a good time to buy for education purposes.
The Relative Strength Index, or RSI, is a momentum indicator that measures the magnitude of recent price changes to evaluate overbought or oversold conditions. An RSI reading above 70 is typically considered overbought, suggesting the price may be due for a pullback. Conversely, an RSI below 30 is considered oversold, which can suggest the price may be due for a bounce. Would you like to discuss the moving average next?
Yeah, let's talk about the moving average.
Sure, the 20-day moving average is a line that represents the average closing price of a stock over the past 20 days. It helps smooth out price fluctuations to give you a clearer picture of the trend. So, if the stock price is above the moving average, it may indicate that the stock is in an uptrend, while if it's below, it might signal a downtrend. Are there any other indicators you would like to discuss?
I have the 20-day moving average, the Bollinger Band, and the RSI. Looks like the Bollinger Band and the RSI are neutral, but the moving average, the price is above it. So, would this be a time that a consumer would want to buy, wait, or sell?
Given that the Bollinger Bands and RSI are neutral, but the price is above the 20-day moving average, it could suggest a potential buying opportunity for some investors. However, it's not a definitive signal, and other factors should be considered, and I'm not able to provide any type of financial advice. Would you like to explore any other indicators? Or do
Ye-
you have other questions about this one?
yes. So, it looks like it's kind of at the top of the Bollinger Band. However, it's about ready to pay a dividend of about $1.50 per share in just a couple days. So the price should drop by $1.50 per share. So right now it's at 51.08. It will probably drop to 49.50. So is it best to buy shares now or wait until it pays the dividend?
That's an interesting point about the upcoming dividend payment. Generally, the stock price tends to drop by roughly the amount of the dividend on the ex-dividend date, which is the day the stock starts trading, without the value of the upcoming dividend. Given this, it's hard to say if buying before or after the dividend payout is best, as it depends on your personal investment strategy. Would you like me to explain more about how dividends work?
So my plan is to keep purchases each month for long-term investment. I don't plan on selling anytime soon. Would I be better off just buying so many shares per week, per month? before the dividend or after the dividend?
If your strategy is long term investing and you plan on purchasing shares regularly, the timing of your purchases with respect to dividends may not significantly impact your overall returns. However, some investors prefer to buy after the dividend payout so they can potentially buy the same stock at a slightly lower price. Would you like me to explain another aspect of dividend payouts that you might find helpful?
I got another question. If I would plan on to live off the dividends, would that affect how I should invest now, or does that still not make a difference?
If your plan is to live off the dividends, that can change your investment strategy. In this case, you might want to focus on stocks that have a history of consistent dividend payouts and a higher yield. However, when to purchase, either before or after the dividend payout, may still not make a major difference. This is because you will still get paid the same dividends either way. Would you like to talk more about high yield stocks?
No, let's talk about NAV erosion, where by paying out too much dividend, the price of the ETF will go down over time. Is that something you can detect from this chart?
NAV erosion, which is the decrease in net asset value of a fund due to excessive dividend payouts, is an important factor to consider. However, this can't typically be detected by looking at a single chart. It usually becomes noticeable by observing the long-term trend of the ETF's NAV, or by comparing the dividend payout with the overall performance. Do you have
Okay.
any other questions about what we have talked about, or something new you want to discuss?
So one last thing, this is a covered call ETF. Is there anything I should be concerned about this covered call ETF and NAV erosion?
Covered call ETFs can be complex. They generate income by selling call options on the stocks they hold, but in doing so, they may limit their upside potential. Regarding NAV erosion, while covered call strategies can generate income, it can still be a factor. If the call options get exercised, this would result in the EFSTF selling stocks at prices below their market value and potentially lead to a reduction of NAV. Is there anything else I can clarify about covered call ETFs?
Is the track record for ETFs that use covered calls a good investment for people that are looking for monthly income?
Covered call ETFs can provide a regular income stream, which can be attractive for those seeking monthly income. However, they may underperform in strong bull markets due to their limited upside. The track record of these ETFs can vary depending on the specific ETF, and it's hard to make any broad generalities. Would you like to talk more about the risks or benefits of covered call ETFs?
What are the risks for an ETF covered call?
One primary risk is the limited upside potential. If the stock price goes up significantly, the call options may get exercised, and the ETF will miss out on those gains. Another risk is the potential for NAV erosion if call options get exercised when the stock price is high. They have their own unique trading and tracking risks. Do you have other questions about the risks of covered call ETFs?
No, I think that's all for now. I appreciate your time and effort, and you have a good day.
You're welcome. I'm glad I could assist you. If you have more questions in the future, don't hesitate to ask. Have a good day.
Okay, I closed Google, so it quits listening to me. So this is strictly just for fun. Don't take anything I say or do or Google or AI or the internet or anything as real. But I do think that this could help people learn about things, anything. So I embrace it. I'm not scared of it. Some people call me crazy. I am not going to use it for my investment advice or strategy, but I could be using it to verify things that I think is true and define things like how RSI works, how moving averages works. So it's kind of like having a coworker or somebody sitting beside me who I can ask questions to. So I don't have coworkers that help me with my investment advice, but I'm talking about work in general. I work from home. I work by myself. Used to work in a cubicle with other people. I could ask tech questions when we're developing curriculum and certifications. We could discuss things. I don't have that as easy nowadays. I could pop onto Google AI or ChatGPT and ask questions and get pretty defined, immediate answers to things. I like this back and forth of this Google AI where it will kind of like ask me if it wants to explain further. I can also do follow-up questions, but sometimes it doesn't answer quite exactly what I'm looking for. But as time goes on and I learn to interact with it more efficiently, I probably will get better answers. So, all right, that's all. Hope you like this video. Give it a thumbs up, subscribe, do all that good stuff. You know what to do.